So my name is Amir. I have been with Seabright Products full-time for about 3 years as a Chief Operating Officer. Yes, the picture is about 5 years when I was about 5 years younger. So Adisa has been with us for 5 years as well. She joined Seabright Products as a marketing director, straight from Grand Valley State University, where she studied. And then, of course, we have Tom Orlandi. He calls himself the container guy. Really the product expert. Tom is married, has 2 amazing daughters, Charlotte, who's 4, and Gianna is only 13 weeks. So he also told me to let everybody know that he's a huge Buffalo Bills fan. So he put it down, guys. I had to say it. But I really thank you all for joining us. We hope to have many more of these on each one of our product lines in 2024. And I'd like to introduce Adisa to take it over and give you a little bit of feedback as to what Seabright Products does.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us. I'm going to get into Seabright Products a bit. So Seabright Products was founded in 1978 in Hopkins, Michigan by Brent Seabright and Lee Murray as a compactor manufacturing company, officially incorporated in 1984. We are celebrating our 40-year anniversary this year, which is a major accomplishment, 4 decades of putting out the best recycling equipment that we could possibly make. In 1998, we expanded into Bright Technologies, our specialty stainless steel division. Currently, we have 9 product lines serving the waste and recycling industry with over 16,000 units worldwide. We have an in-house engineering team capable of custom engineering solutions to meet your specific needs. Next up, I'll touch a little bit on our product lines, and you'll see how our equipment caters to a wide range of industries. First up, we have our compactors. Our bread and butter is where it all started for Seabright Products. We've got your stationary, self-contained pre-crushers, transfer stations, and portable units. Up next, we have high-density extruders, also known as ram presses, which was our second product line. Initially, we manufactured them for dewatering food waste from airports. Today, our high-density extruders are primarily sold to paper mills for paper rejects dewatering and the automotive manufacturers for coolant recovery from grinding swarf. Up next, we have our belt filter presses, which prompted us to expand into our specialty stainless steel division, Bright Technologies. Our belt presses are used in the waste water treatment plants, mining operations, food processing facilities, and the farming industry, offering solid liquid separation and sludge dewatering. Up next, we have, I think, my personal favorite piece of equipment that we manufacture, the EPS densifier, which is manufactured for styrofoam densification, which makes it more profitable to recycle and transport styrofoam. Next, we have our recycler and our extractor, stainless steel equipment, which is used for product destruction and dewatering of containered liquids. We primarily sell these to beverage manufacturers and bottling plants. The recycler bales while the extractor runs a continuous long that can run into a compactor or an open-top container. Up next, we have our exciser, which is a glass crusher capable of breaking down glass to 2-inch minus cullets. We have our oil filter recycler. It's a specially designed briquetter for separating oil from oil filters. The oil is collected and can be conditioned for second-use oil, and the filters themselves are made into bricks for recycling. Up next, we have our balers. In 2019, we launched the Beowulf line of balers with our partners JWR, where we offer a 2-ram and a closed-door baler. And in 2019, we also partnered with Avermann from Germany to bring their open and auto tie or channel balers, as they're also referred to the United States, while Avermann, on the other hand, brings our excycler, extractor, and extruders over to Europe. Not only do we offer big equipment like compactors, balers, extruders, and so on, but we also offer ancillary equipment such as custom dumpers, conveyors, carts, and what you're all here for, container dogs. So, Tom, I will hand this off to you.
Thank you, Adisa. That was awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you taking the time, the hour out of your day to learn about this phenomenal product that Sea-Bright has a patent on, by the way. We're the only ones with this container dog. So without further ado, let's get right into it. What I first want to get into, guys, is why did Sea-Bright create the container dog? Well, if you can see this picture, it's a compactor with a bunch of trash just dumped out. I actually caught this not too long ago. I was driving around a big box facility and caught the container away from the compactor and saw this, and I had to take a picture. So we all know about the never-ending problems of compactor spills, meaning when you detach a container from a compactor, a stationary compactor, and it's not on all of them, you're going to get a bunch of spillage. Now, this spillage could take 5 minutes to clean up. It could take 30 minutes to clean up. It all depends on how much falls out and what the product is. So one of the main reasons why Sea-Bright decided to manufacture this container dog is because I want to say 10 years ago, but don't quote me on it, a dog and cat food manufacturer came to us and it had a big problem. You guys know about you ever have wet cat food, wet dog food? They're in those containers with the tops that you got to screw off, and those things are like razor sharp. Well, they dedicated a whole container to those, just the lids and to the containers themselves. And what happens as soon as that container was detached from the compactor, all the stuff came flying out. Extremely big hazard, safety hazard, not only to the driver of the hauler, and also the facility and whoever's in that area. So we went to work and we decided to come up with this container dog system, which I'm going to show you very, very shortly, but it was a game changer. They went from 100% spillage to very, very minimal, if any. After a couple prototypes, it stopped these razor sharp tops from coming out of the container. So saving people from losing fingers. And here's a picture of like an evolution of the product. If you can see up here, on the left-hand side is before. You still see kind of a big opening in there, but these are still very effective. As we would get these out in the field, we noticed that there was some stuff still spilling out of the middle. So if you take a look at the right, this is what we came up with now. And I tell you one thing, everyone and anyone that has these on their compactors is it's a game changer for them, they explained. So I just wanted to show the evolution of the product. And we're always continuously trying to get better. And one of the big things is we can custom make the teeth to any size, any shape, you can see that in here, it's got a little curve to it. We can make it more of a curve, less of a curve, more of a rounded curve. So we can custom for you if need be. That was why Sea-Bright created the container dog. Now, what is it? What the heck is this stuff? It's a great question. So these are going to be made out of carbon steel. I actually just recently had one spec'd out for stainless steel. So I think that's pretty cool. They are patented, like I was saying, that we are the only ones that manufacture these that can put these onto I shouldn't say put them on ourselves, but we're the only ones that can get them out into the market. So if you take a look at this cool little video, it goes on the inside part of the door. There's going to be 3 tubes, 3 brackets, where you personally might just weld them on the inside part of the door. And then from there, the teeth go on. Place the teeth on top of that. You're going to see then the spring goes on. From there, you put the bolt and the nut, screw it on, call it a day. Very, very simplistic. So some application uses that you can use these for is MSW, garbage. Wood, a lot of our wood clients, they love this because as soon as you open or detach that container from the compactor, they don't get any more wood spilling out. Cardboard's a big one too. Any kind of plastics that you can think of. Super sacks, I found out was another big one, which is I wish they would bail them, but it is what it is, right? Tons and tons more. There's also I just came from a place that does medical waste. They utilize these, a lot of e-waste, big box stores, as I alluded to in that very first picture you saw. And then instead of me just talking about the functionality and everything about them, I'm going to play a video for you. Mike from American Waste Control. He was kind enough to have a chat with me. I was able to record it. And this talks about why it was time for him and American Waste Control to invest in the container dogs. So I'm going to play that video. It's about 1 minute.
The first one we tried them on there's a manufacturing facility here in Tulsa, and they have 3 compactors. They got a wood packer, a wood pre-crusher, a trash packer, and a cardboard packer, and each one of them hauls once a day. So we were spending, and they surprisingly, being hauled once a day, they still pack them out. So we were spending 15 to 20, sometimes 30 minutes per haul to clean it up. So, at the end of the day, we got close to an hour of cleanup time from hauling 3 packers. And when we added these, it went to probably, 1 or 2 minutes. They're not, unfortunately, they're not perfect. They're still a little something that might fall out, but it was a huge improvement over what we were doing.
I think that's pretty awesome. You heard it right from Mike's mouth that 3 packers, 20 minutes a packer, that's an hour a day. Run some numbers in your head. If it costs you $150 an hour to run your trucks, that's a huge saving annually. And I'm going to go over some examples of the savings that you guys will get weekly, annually, 5-year contract agreements. All right, next, what I want to talk about is who are they for? They're not for everyone. Not going to lie, they're not for everyone, and they're not for every compactor. They're just not. I wish they were, but make my job a little easier, but they're not. So who are they for? Target markets are going to be haulers. That's going to be your, as Adisa said, your bread and butter. They're going to be your haulers. Distributors. If you're a distributor in here and you want to make a quick buck and something simple and easy with the installation, and I'll talk about installation shortly, where how simplistic and easy and quick it is. Distributors can make a quick, easy buck on this and on some volume too, which is nice. Because you guys are the frontliners. You guys see the issues, because most likely you guys are going to be the repair people as well. Recyclers. Well, a lot of people in the wood industry. Compactor repair companies, like I was saying with the distributors. You guys are the trusted people in this. If you repair compactors, it'll be like taking candy from a baby, in a good way though, because you're helping these people out. But you see, like, look at all this stuff coming out. We have something for you that can help with that spillage. Get a hold of me. I'll be more than happy to come out and evaluate the location and let you know if it's a good fit. And like I was saying too before, medical waste companies, big box stores, even smaller facilities, that just, if you have a problematic compactor that causes spillage, this is going to fix it. And I also want to touch base on that. It's not just for problem compactors. I'm going to tell a story real quick about a gentleman that fashioned his whole fleet with them because I'll get to it right now. Success stories. So as I was saying, this guy Phil from Generated Materials Recovery in Arizona, and you can see just up in here, we are running the container dogs across 100% of our receiver boxes. Drivers love that there is less mess, and we know that we can pack out more material in the boxes. We can flip boxes faster to it being cleaner. But what I found more interesting after talking with him was the main reason he fashioned his whole fleet with container dogs is because if you live in Arizona, if you've been to Arizona, if you're from Arizona, it gets hot, really hot in the summertime. It's got generally year round. And he wanted to keep his employees happy by keeping them inside the trucks. So this allows them to be inside the trucks. And an even better story, I think, was he was getting phone calls from other haulers, their employees calling them, asking them, hey, do you have any more spots available? I want to come work for you because of how great you treat your drivers. This guy doesn't have an employee problem at all, ever, if he keeps this up. So it's not just about, I'm losing a lot of money here, but now we don't have employee headaches, which I'm sure some of you can attest to. And then Mike from American Waste down in Oklahoma, who was super kind enough to share his story with us after talking with him and recording everything, which we have another video by Mike. This one talks about the employees. So here it is.
Yeah, that was the one that got us started using them, and it worked so well there, we put them on a few others. And based on our operating cost per hour, kind of the sweet spot for us has been if it's a compactor that hauls at least once a week, then it's worthwhile. You know, if you there's some compactors out there, at least in our market, that might go once a month or every other month. It's, you know, you make your own call there, but we just soon have the driver clean that up. But I mean, there's definitely a cost savings, but also, as hard as it is to hire and retain drivers right now, it really makes the drivers happy to not be out there with a scoop, you know, a scoop shovel cleaning up trash. It just keeps them happier that they don't have to do it. So,
just like Mike said, it's not just about the recouping the money back. Granted, that's huge, but there's so many other benefits that the container dogs can help with your business on something that you wouldn't even think would help. So I thought that was pretty cool. Return on investment. Why is everyone here? What can I get back when I invest in this? So it's not just a cost savings, it's a time savings. If you're not spending 20 minutes a day on multiple compactors having to clean up, you can then pick up more compactors, which for haulers, more money. Large facilities, if you have a director of safety, I tell you one thing, when I talk to directors of safety, I love them because they love this product. They absolutely love it. They're like, no problems, no issues, no questions. Let's put it in. They're extremely happy about it. It keeps the client happy because it keeps the surrounding area where their compactor is clean, stinky free. And then employees, it just keeps the employees happy. Less worry for you, less of a headache. Who really wants to have your drivers coming in saying, man, I had another problem with, and this is just saying names for names, the Lowe's pickup. I mean, do you constantly want to hear that? I know I wouldn't. Next, what I want to kind of talk about is some numbers I wrote down, is some examples. Now, if I'm going too quick, we can always review this individually if need be. You and I can have an intimate conversation about the container dogs. So these are just numbers for numbers, guys. These are also real life situations. So if you're picking up one time a week, this is just one time a week, and it costs you $150 an hour to run that truck, it's 20 minutes of cleanup. That's 20 minutes a week. That's $50 per 20 minutes. That's $50. Super simple. So $50 times 52 weeks is $2,600 annually. Am I thinking like, oh, okay, whatever, that's okay, Tom. But usual contracts are what, 5 years? And you want to keep them happy, and you want to keep them every 5 years as a client. Well, after 5 years, just that one time a week pickup is costing you $13,000. $13,000 that's costing you. Just a one-time pickup. Let's go now to the extreme. We got 2 times a day. 2 times a day. If this is you, listen. So and this is based off a 6 time a week pickup schedule, 6 time a week. We're going to still, for simplicity purposes, we're going to go 20 minutes is the cleanup it takes the driver, because as soon as you pull that the container, all that stuff comes spilling out. It takes them 20 minutes when they get back from the landfill. So that's 40 minutes daily. So now that $50 a day turns into $100 a day, because it's 2 compactors, 20 minutes each, $50 for 20 minutes. Annually, $31,200. That's for 1 year. 5-year contract. $156,000 is what you're throwing away. Pun, yes, intended. So the numbers compound quickly. You're thinking to yourself, it's only $50 for 20 minutes. Yeah, but for the contract, that's $156,000. Imagine the hero that you will be saving that money for your company. Or if you're the owner, putting that sucker in your pocket, or being able to make your company better. I'm a big numbers guy, but when I saw that, and when I talked to my clients about that wow, opened their eyes big. So let's hear what Mike has to say about his return on investment.
And we figure we paid that off, in less than a month.
Less than a month, they paid off their container dog off the large number he was talking about. They have the 3 packers once a day, but still, I think that's pretty incredible. Installation and maintenance. I know, guys, I have a lot of Mike on here, but I like to talk, but I like you to hear it from other people as well. I think it means something else. So that's why Mike's on here a lot. If you're thinking, man, this guy shows Mike a lot. I do. So installation and maintenance. How long does it take? It's a loaded question. This is what I've heard. I've heard that of this time that took us 1 hour to do, 1 simple hour. I've also heard it took 2.5 hours. If your door, the back of your door of your container is a little banged up, needs a little TLC, might take you a little longer. But these aren't long installation times, guys. They're not. Very simple, very easy, welding, and maybe a little TLC if need be. Another question I get asked is, will my client's container be down all day? 100% not. As soon as you dump that in the landfill and you guys are ready to install it, bring it back to the shop and literally just weld it, connect it, take it back. I've also heard of people hiring welders to go there to the facility and weld it on, connect it, whatever, and then they just attach it and they're good as gold. It's a plug and play minimal system here, guys, and you're going to hear Mike talk about that as well very shortly. Replacement parts. We have several hundred container dogs out there in the field, and I think I can count on one hand where a spring got busted, a single individual tooth, I think I'm saying that right, tooth got all busted up. But we have them fully stocked in Hopkins, Michigan, and we can be to you ASAP, however far you are. Obviously, if you're in Indiana, it's compared to Michigan, going to be a little different than if you're in Texas. But fully stocked, and we always have them readily available. Anything you want to add? Anything I miss?
No, I mean, that was 3 years ago, and we haven't done anything to them yet. We haven't made any repairs or anything, so.
Okay. Well, let us know if there's
They're pretty much a plug and play. You leave them alone after that.
Perfect. I love it, Mike. I love it. I stole the plug and play from Mike, by the way, so don't think it was my wording. So quick recap here, guys. Why did Sebright create these? For the problem of compactor spills. Can we fix that? Yes, we can, and we do every day. What are they? This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a set of 3 tubes, 11 teeth. There's going to be 5 medium-sized ones, 6 large ones, 11 springs, 11 nuts and bolts. Who are they for? Bread and butter is going to be haulers, recyclers, wood, people in the wood industry. If you are a distributor, you repair compactors. Truthfully, anyone that owns, rents, has anything to do with compactors that has challenges with them, especially spill challenges, even employee challenges, this could help with if you have drivers. The ROI, it's going to be on an individual basis. If you and I have a conversation, I'll be able to help you with that. I'm not going to pinpoint it to the penny. I never will. I can't. But I can give you a good idea of what you're going to be saving, or more importantly, what you're throwing away. So if you want to know, we can talk. I just have to ask a few questions and we go from there. Installation and maintenance. Plug and play system, like Mike said, guys, it's very easy. You weld the brackets, attach the teeth, springs, bolt, done. So what's provided? This is an actual shipment that went out a couple of weeks back. We can, I believe, put 2 in here. I could be wrong, but this is what you get. You're also going to get a manual. You're going to get a sticker, a nice bright white sticker, so that you don't lose it in the mix if you have a lot of containers in your fleet, especially if you're rotating them out a lot. You'll be able to have a nice See Bright sticker that says Container Dog on it, that so you don't get lost in the sauce, as I like to say. And then the next page, you're going to see, it should be a schematic and then like a list. And sure enough, there it is. So here's a schematic of everything that you're going to get, along with a list of everything. Like I said, it comes with a manual, so it's very simple. Even I could do it. All right, so what I'd like to do is next is open up the floor for some question and answers. And I believe Adisa or Amir will be able to see these questions. I hope I covered some.
So I will take control of your screen, Tom. That was very interesting. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for doing that. So I've been letting people in. Some people dropped off, came back in. So I've been trying to keep up with that as you were talking. Let's see. If anybody has any questions, you can always go into the Q&A, right? You can go into the chat function, right? And really under the Q&A, and you can ask a question, right? So if you have any questions, please submit them our way, and we can answer them for you. So we got Pierre. He looks like located in Quebec, and his question is, who do we contact to get these in Quebec? So Pierre, to answer your question, I'm going to let Tom answer that.
Me. You would contact me, sir. If you got a pen, piece of paper, we can write this down right now. If you want to type it.
We can also share this contact information, right? So we will share the presentation with everybody, and Adisa will add Tom's contact information with his cell phone number, his email address, his home address, if you need it.
My blood type, my
social
security number.
Right. We will share it with all of you, so that you can reach out to him. So Tom showcased one piece that we were fitting in the box, but in all reality, if you need 100 pieces, should not be a problem. We can definitely ship you 100 or 500 pieces or one piece, whatever you need, right? So that definitely should work, right?
I can see the questions, by the way.
You see the questions as well. So Susan,
we
will, like I said, we will share this information with you. You will definitely get these slides. You will get the information. We can provide a pricing as well, pretty straightforward. So another question that we had, Tom, here, this one is for you, Tom. What if I had smaller items like electronics, toasters, etc.? I'm assuming they're asking if that would be kept inside of the container or would it fall out?
So for smaller items,
Right.
so what I've seen and what I told people to do is, as you guys saw, there was as you can see in this picture, there is a little bit of an opening. So for smaller, for like electronics, or the guy said, what did he say, toasters? For toasters,
Yes.
if you're getting stuff that's spilling out, what I'm going to highly recommend is there's actually two answers to that. You can either, right before that the driver detaches the container from the compactor, you can put a piece of cardboard in there, or better yet, put a pallet in there and run the ram, and that pallet's gonna, those container dogs are gonna hold that pallet nice and tight so nothing comes spilling out. So I recommend the pallet. You can use a piece of cardboard, but wood pallets are the way to go.
Definitely, yes. Okay, thank you, Tom. So the next question we had comes from Kristen. And Kristen is asking if these can be installed on other brands of containers other than Seabright.
100%. 100. They go on any size container. We retrofit, and the way that they work is that the tubes, you get the top tube and the side tube, they're not connected anymore. So you can retrofit these on any container, doesn't matter what. But obviously, we would love for you to stick with them on a Seabright container.
So how many, if obviously there's different sizes of containers, Tom, right? So with different openings and different lengths and all of that stuff. So really the brand doesn't matter. What you're saying is the size doesn't matter, right? We can do any of those. Perfect.
Size doesn't matter, brand doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a European style, Canadian style, American style. It doesn't matter. They can go on any container. You just have to let us know. Pictures would obviously help. I can come out, do a site survey. Yeah.
We'd accept a challenge. If somebody has a weird container that we have never seen before and you want us to make some for you, well, we would love to drop it with our engineering department and come up with a concept too. So don't be afraid to send it over to us. All right, you ready for the next question, or you want to take a sip of water first? All right, next question. Susan, could we advertise this on our website with a picture of the container dog and link it to your literature, or do a social media post? Adisa, I'm going to refer this to you. Since you're the marketing director, I will let you answer Susan's questions, but I'm assuming you're going to have Susan's email, so you guys get in touch anyway, right?
Absolutely. Susan, I'll be in touch with you. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. So Susan, no issues. Adisa will reach out to you and you guys can work something out, but obviously we're very open to networking, as you can see, right? So, Tom, the other question comes, I have 50 plus containers. The one with the dogs, will it get lost in the yard because I only have one on there, right? So how do they track which container has the container dogs on it and which doesn't?
We bring a sticker. We mail you a sticker with the set of container dogs. So you just plop that literally in visual sight right where, I'm assuming but the back would be best so that it doesn't get lost in the sauce. So we do give you stickers along with the purchase.
Got it. So you can visually see it from the outside, whether you're standing on the left or the right or the front or the back, there's going to be a sticker that says what?
It says Seabright Products, container dog inside.
Perfect. Equipped with the container dog so people can see it
Yep.
right away. So that should avoid that issue. We had another question from Tony asking if these are able to be installed on a self-contained compactor.
100%. Absolutely. We haven't done many, but we have. You can just imagine if you have a self-contained, all of the nastiness, I'm going to call it, the nastiness that gets pushed down into the back of the guts of the compactor. And this is going to eliminate it. So it prolongs the life of your self-contained. Absolutely. 100%.
Perfect. Very good. All right. Give me a second. I gotta go through these questions. We got ahead by a lot. So let me see. Who's the next lucky winner? Can it be installed by one person? So if we're shipping these out and they only have one install person to install these on a containers, can it be done by one person only?
Yes, I don't
Okay.
know how personally, but I don't weld. I can't weld, never weld. But I've heard of just, but
With the help of forklifts, with the help of cranes, with the help of, right, some equipment, we can definitely give you some suggestions how to do it safely. We want to make sure that you and your people are following OSHA and safety standards. So we have a service department you can reach out to. We have our own experts that actually design these things, and we can showcase some pictures and actual videos of how these can be installed. So we will not leave you stranded once you get these, right? We will definitely help you out to get them installed. If you only have one person that can tackle this and you want them to be busy for a certain period of time, we can help you out with that. Tom, the other question. Yes, the other question I had is, let's see here. All right. What does the warranty look like on these? Let's say the spring breaks. What is our standard warranty on these?
Is it? I believe it's a 1 year weldment warranty, and
I
then
think
if any, go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir.
It's a 1 year weldment warranty, and then if you need springs, if you need teeth, it's going to be on a case by case scenario.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of echo. It's breaking up on my end, and I apologize for that. So it is a 1 year across the board warranty, right? If you get them, something happens to it, just reach out to us. We always, Seabird product is always taking care of their customers. We will not leave you stranded. So obviously, if you had them for 5 years and something's going wrong, or you lost one, you can't really find it. Well, can't really claim it on warranty, so we will help you chase it down. But anything you have, any issues with these, we will take care of. But the actual warranty is about 1 year. Okay.
Sorry. Yep. You're right. Thank you for that assistance.
Perfect. So next question, can these be retrofitted to my existing containers? And
Yes.
What if the container is in rough shape?
100%. They can be retrofitted on any container. Again, like we were saying before, challenge us. First, I want you to challenge us hard. Second, if it is damaged, it's going to need a little TLC, especially for those tubes that get welded onto the back of that door.
Right.
But perfect scenario, I speak with a gentleman, Chris, over at WM, and he actually sent me pictures saying it took maybe 2.5 hours because they needed to give the back door a little TLC, but 100%.
Perfect. Following question. I only pick up this one challenging container one time a week. Is that enough? I mean, you touched base a little bit on that, but they might have come in a bit late. So if you don't mind recoup on that a little bit on your ROI.
Sure. Now it's going to be, how much of a pain is it? Do you want to stop hearing about it from your driver? I would say it is a huge benefit and it will help.
Right.
That's something where you and I can have a conversation and we can get more depth into the numbers and just kind of get more into the benefits of it. So yes, 100% it's worth it.
Okay. So you're able to go through the numbers and showcase what the actual time savings are.
100%.
All right. Perfect. Do we offer any quantity discounts on container dogs?
The more you get, the less it's going to be. 100%. Absolutely.
Perfect. So depending on if they're going from 15 to 20, 30, 40, right? It's quantity representative as to what the discounts are. Okay.
Right.
So again,
we'll help you out.
We'll refer you to Tom. He's got the breakdown. He can definitely answer those questions for you. And
The other
then,
thing I want to add on there with volume, if you need 50 or more, we do offer financing. We have an internal finance guy that can help with that, but get with me on that. So don't be afraid to, just like Phil out in Arizona, we were able to help him out with financing because he wanted to fit his whole fleet with them. So we do offer that, and we want to say we're one of the only ones that do that.
So what you're saying is that the customer does not have to go find their own financing person or a company or a bank to be able to generate the revenue, so then pay us. We will actually find that financing company for them. We will provide the terms and tell them exactly what the monthly payments would be.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
All you got to do is fit them, save the money, and just pay the monthly payment.
Perfect. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? I'm trying to check mark these as we are going. So how will I be sure I will recoup my money back?
How will you be sure?
You will recoup my money back.
Well,
All right.
after having a conversation with you and we go over your numbers, we'll talk about the savings. How many people are on this? About 19. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I'm gonna, because it was told to me. I'm not gonna say who, but you're providing an amazing service for your customer. So if you put these on the container, you're unlike anyone else out there that picks up these containers and can help save on spillage. So I've heard, I'm not going to say who, they put in some kind of maintenance fee in their monthly billing. They put in some 60, 70, $80 in their monthly to put in, because you can charge that because it is a top line service that you are providing to them. And that eventually is going to pay for the container dogs in itself. So when I heard that, I almost didn't want to say anything, but I feel that I'd be doing you guys an injustice if I didn't say anything along that lines. So completely up to you. Remember, Tom never said to do that, but if you want to, I don't see that being a problem because of the service you are providing.
So just to clarify for me, you're saying that if I'm a hauler, I could really pass through the cost to my customers for providing a cleaner, better service, quicker disconnects. Well, once I leave, the area is going to be a lot cleaner, which really on their end, on the safety side, if their employees are walking around, it's more safer for them as well. That's what you're saying? Like I could pass it on if I wanted to. Okay.
100%. You can put that in there
Sure.
as maintenance fee. You can put that in as safety fee, because it's technically, you're not lying. It is a benefit that you're providing your end customer by putting the container dogs on their container.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you, Tom. Learn something new every day. All right. So we have a couple of more questions. So the next one is, do I have to tell my driver any special instructions when he goes to the dump? Do I need him freaking out or breaking these things?
The only thing you have to say to the driver is just be aware, hey, we put these container dogs, aka container teeth, on the container because you were complaining so much about the spills that this is going to prevent the spills. They won't be freaking out. They'll be happy. Just be aware. There was an incident where I'm not going to say the customer, but there were you had car headliners, the stuff that goes on top of cars. They manufacture that stuff, and this company put the dogs on their large container, which had to be retrofitted. So these things it's really heavy duty cloth, and they're getting cut in strips, and unfortunately they were getting wrapped around the teeth, so the door wouldn't open at the dump. They ended up breaking the door because there was such tension from these pieces of headliner getting wrapped up in the teeth. Long story longer, we ended up fixing it and making the teeth not as curved, and it helped a lot better. So you don't just have them be aware, right? Be cognitive. Just if you see something wrapped around the teeth, try, and if you can't, cut it. But that was the only circumstance that I've heard doing this as long as I did. So,
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much, Tom. So we have, let me see here, international sales. So we will refer that to Tom again, Pierre. So we will have Tom reach out to you, and you guys can discuss those options and opportunities on the international side. We do quite a bit of business actually internationally, so we're already used to it. our maintenance team does go into Canada as well. We actually have people on staff that have workers permits in Canada specifically so that we can service our own equipment, supervisory roles. We have partners in Canada, but I will refer that to Tom and he can reach out to you and you guys can discuss. And then let me see here. I think I missed one, Tom, so give me 1 second. So here we go. Are these better than using pinning tunnels and pins for the container opening?
I'm going to say yes. The pinning tunnels are it's a little bit of an outdated system. Does it work? Yes. Can it really mess up your container? Yeah, because if you don't, the driver doesn't line the holes up properly to put the pin in there. It's also what happens if they're rotating drivers and all of a sudden they're not told, hey, there's a pinning system in there, and they don't realize that there's a pinning system in there, and they pull the container, they pull it, put it back, and they don't put that pinning system back. I mean, there's just a lot of unforeseen instances that can happen with the pinning system. So yeah, I would say, are they better? Of course, I'm going to say yes. And it's one of those things where you set it and forget it. You know, all you have to do is tell the driver, hey, there's these teeth that are just going to make your job easier. So and like I said, does it work? Yes, it works, but just too much to have to remember. And that's the last thing you want to do, handing it off to a driver personally. It's just my thought process.
Very good. Thank you very much. So I think this is all we had in the questions. I'm going to hand it over. You can take over control again here, Tom, for your last slide. As you know, I really would like to thank everybody for joining us while Tom is getting control of the slides here. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for participating. We will follow up with you again, and thanks again.
Guys, as promised, we said we were going to do a giveaway, and here it is. So the winner of the 1 set of container dogs going to your facility is, drum roll please. Thank you. Scott Samar from Pro Recycling Group. Scott Samar, if you're on here, give me a thumbs up. I don't know if he's on here. Hopefully he is. But Scott, from Pro Recycling Group, you won the set of container dogs. Guys, I want to thank you. Thank you for being here, asking these great questions, listening to me. If you have questions, concerns, we're going to give you my contact information. Please reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you out. I'll also be more than happy to let you know if these will be a good fit for you or not. I'm not just here to just blanket these across the world. I truly do want to help you in this situation because I see the headaches that these spills can acquire for people. And I've also seen what fixing them can do, just as you heard Mike in some of the videos. So thank you. I appreciate you, and go Bills.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Adisa. Thank you, everybody, for participating.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you again. And we'll hopefully see you in one of our next webinars on a different product group next month. Thanks again and stay safe.